just a spring break trip recap. Some highs and lows from the trip. Just kind of give us a little recap.
Sure. Obviously, we started off spring break with a home game against Hopkins, our first conference game. So I think we were kind of proud of our effort there, and it was just exciting to get the spring break started, be at home. We had a great crowd, so that was a lot of fun. And then we went on the road later in the week against Penn State. Always a challenge to travel to conference opponents, and I think Penn State really brought incredible energy. Kudos to them. They played great, stepped up in all areas, and I think that we learned a lot from that opportunity. It was great to be tested in that way and kind of see where we can improve, where we could build off of, and I think our players took it pretty seriously in terms of, what changes they wanted to make and where they wanted to get better. And even though we only had a little bit of time, we traveled down to North Carolina, got to play in beautiful weather, and we were pretty proud of our effort down there. I think on the whole, we played great. We did some of the things that we talked about. I think we didn't finish as strong as we would have liked to, but huge improvement from Thursday night. And for us, that's what's got to be. It's got to be about getting better each day, getting better each week, and putting our best effort forth. We only have conference opponents remaining, so we're pretty excited about that. We got a great Rutgers team coming into town this weekend, and just another opportunity to kind of get better, challenge ourselves and see where we can improve.
And then talk a little bit about, we've seen a lot of parity, especially on the women's side. See Maryland, number one team, go down the other night. When you're watching the league and watching around the sport, what's that kind of like to see more teams kind of coming to the surface as, big-time competitors?
Absolutely. I think the parity is awesome, and hopefully, us being strong back in the day has kind of inspired some of that and inspired teams, off of the East Coast and all over the country, different leagues, different divisions, to really believe that they can achieve. And, it's just been an exciting year. And I think, our conference has performed really well overall. And so that's a huge thing for us, putting our conference in a position to, get as many teams in the NCAA tournament as possible. That's what we want to do from year to year. And so, we have a lot of great challenges ahead of us, some really top-ranked teams towards the end of our schedule. So we're really excited about that. And, each opportunity starting this weekend is an opportunity to get better and be challenged. Every single conference team, you see Rutgers, played tied against every single conference team they've played so far, So I think rankings, I'm not really a big believer in them. And I think it just shows that more than ever, they don't really mean much. And it's, whoever's going to play the best, whoever's going to give their best effort on that specific day is going to be the one who carries the day. And, you have to walk into each game with that level of humility.
What have you seen from your defensive unit over these past, couple weeks? You have some... we got a freshman, Maddie Smith, getting in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girls stepping up, kind of bouncing around different positions with injuries coming up. What have you seen from that group?
Yeah, I've seen great resiliency. I think we have been shifting different people in and out of the lineup, and you know, every person that's gone in the lineup over the last 3 weeks has done a great job, and really kind of taken their role seriously, served their role to the best of their ability. And I feel like we have a lot of versatility with the way that we play, and we have a lot of players that can fill those roles. So yeah, so we have a lot of players that can fill those roles, and you know, it's pretty exciting to have that level of depth, and you know, just to feel like that, you know, if something happens to someone, then someone else can step up. And that's really the mentality that we want all over the field, not just on the defensive end, but everywhere. And you know, just feeding off of each other. I was really proud in the UNC game. I think that the offense and the defense and the draw units really fed off of each other, and were really complimenting each other and pushing each other to, you know, play our best and play for each other.
Road trip recap. Had the loss, but then came back with a big win over UNC.
Yes, that did happen. Didn't start off too hot, and thankfully we all turned it around, came together, did a lot of reflecting. We were on the road for 6 days, so it was a pretty good test at, like, I don't know, our resilience and just kind of what we do when we face adversity. And although the loss wasn't ideal, I think it was a good kick in the ass that we all needed. So.
And then, you know, looking forward, you guys just have, you know, the Big Ten slate left. You know, just in your experience, what are some of the keys to, you know, coming out, you know, victorious in some of those games?
I think that, like, take no one lightly. The Big Ten is a really competitive league, and I don't think many people recognize that all the time. These girls they're all scrappy, every team that we play. So just not taking anything lightly, and really, like, bringing our focus, energy, effort to practice, to the game, to everything that we do leading up to that. So.
And then senior day coming up for you. You know, your class was part of that, you know, grade of kids who kind of got jobbed in, like, high school, didn't get to really, like, celebrate the end of that 4 years, but now being able to celebrate this 4 years that you've had at Northwestern, you know, what are you looking forward to about having that chance?
I'm so excited. Like you said, this is my first official senior day. So I think me, my class, and probably all the girls in my class across the board are just, like, so excited that it's happening, really grateful that our team is celebrating us. I appreciate everything that everyone, especially you, have done behind the scenes. But most importantly, just, like, it's a chance for all of us to come together and celebrate and, like, be together, and I love that more than anything, so that's what I'm most excited for.
And then, you know, looking back, you know, 4 years ago when you kind of entered the program, and then seeing kind of how much you've grown over these last 4 years, what's that kind of been like for you?
I've grown a lot. It's been a crazy transition, but I think it's been amazing, a long journey, a lot of lessons. This place has put me in so many different situations that I'm so grateful to have been in. Kelly and the staff and just the program itself teaches you a lot. I've grown so much, and I can say that all the upperclassmen feel the same way. Even the freshmen, after being here for a couple months, we just learned so much. So I'm pretty proud of, like, kind of sticking to it and just, like, how it's turned out so far.